Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike from TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Jayfeather 28U travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, need plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, I really want you to mainly think about where your power and water connections are going to be. You do have this little slide to come in and out, but that won't take up much room. Your power is going to plug in all the way at the rear of the unit, in the dead center, and then your water connection, you're going to be up toward the front of the unit just ahead of the slide. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we do is level your unit. On the back here, you have a little night docking light, and on the bottom here is a switch to pull towards you to bring it down, push it away to bring it up. So once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. Unit has stabilizing jacks in all four corners, little hand crank 3/4 inch on it. Run these down. I recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Keep them from sinking into the ground. Put them down and run them down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, go ahead and stop, because remember, our unit's already level. All we're trying to do at this point is stabilize it. So get all four of them down. Unit's level and stable. And hook up our power and water. Again, your power cord is on the rear of the unit. It actually stores right inside. 30 amp cord. Just push it all in, arrive at the campsite, pull it out. At the end of that 30 amp, should you need to plug into a 110, it's a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Comes with your convenience pack. Get your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Again, your docking station is just ahead of the slide. The slide may be closed at this time. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water in here because you don't know the water pressure at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn on your hose quite yet. Come right here to your hot water heater and make sure your drain plug's in. May have left it out last time you were camping. Get that up in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now I need you to go inside and open up all of your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once the water's through all of them, you can shut them off. You'll know your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping. We're not going to go to city water. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. Yours is located over on the campsite, just above your tires here. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when that's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a fresh water button. Once that tank is full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you will turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when you're using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we got power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting here on the campsite. For your door, that is a tie back for that. Fresh water, a couple of outdoor speakers. This is a flue for your furnace. Two things on that, make sure nothing's ever blocking it. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear, it does get hot. A couple of 110s here. You got a lip for a griddle here with a quick connect LP underneath here, as well as your low point drain. Your pass-through storage with your hitch work in it right now. The propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. Simply lefty-loosey to open those up. Check your battery posts now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Over on your off-camp side, the other side of your pass-through storage. Back around here again to your hot water heater. Your city water connection. Your cable hookup. Down there is where we'll connect our hose to dump our black and gray tanks. These are both access to the back of your fridge for technicians. Vent for your microwave. Your 751 key will open this up for a hot and cold shower outdoors. Continue around over to the rear of your unit. Again, your power connection. You have slide toppers, which really helps keep that small slide clean. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. First thing I like to point out in every unit coming inside is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Alright, from there we're going to go to behind our little key holder here to a control panel. There's our slide control. We'll utilize that when bringing it back in. Over here is where we check your levels, your battery, your black or your fresh tank. That's when I said you can hold down and tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Your water heater if hooked to gas. Your water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. There's a porch light and interior lights. Your awning. So keep an eye on your awning when you run it out. You don't want to run these out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your silver bar. Now these will continue to run themselves out and start to run themselves out up backwards, so keep an eye on it when you run it out. I'm going to leave it out right now. It's still drying from a good washing. A little stool for your bar table area here. That'll be stored back in your bedroom. Coming around, we have 110 with GFCI reset. Down below that, your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. And the reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, if you're out boondocking somewhere and you have nothing plugged in charging your battery, you're going to be gone for the day. Disconnect your battery post to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. It's always running off your battery. So coming into your living room here, or dinette area, excuse me, you can lift this tabletop up, remove these legs, set that tabletop right around the lip here, put your back cushions on top, gives you a whole nother sleeping area. Up in the corner here is going to be your sound system. Turn that on up here. So 3 zones on that. Indoors, outdoors, both. AM, FM, auxiliary, alarm, DVD. Nice Jetson sound system, DVD player. We're on a channel search on your TV right there, but there's your TV working. To access that, you'll pull it open and there's all of your crazy cables for the TV system. That is great how that works. Now here's your thermostat. So crank up the air in here one time. Alright, we'll shut that off. Now I'm going to turn on the heat. You're going to notice that when I shut the heat off, the heat just cranked on, shut the heat off, it's going to take a few minutes for that to cycle through before the heat actually shuts off. The fan itself. Coming down the hallway into your bathroom, lighting and fan. You have to hand crank that open. Another 110 here. A little plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on your plumbing. You're bouncing a house down the road. You know, things can wiggle loose, so keep an eye on them. Shower door, make sure you have this snap nice and closed for travel. Make sure your vents are closed for travel. Come back into your bedroom. Down on the floorboard by your bed is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 20s it looks like in there. Highly recommend having those with you when you go camping. Nice mattress here with storage underneath the bed. Hand crank open, just vent out in here, no exhaust to it. Your prep, you can put a TV back here as well. Backer here, cable of 110 on the wall. This is your emergency escape window. Most of this lighting back here is all individual. I want to show you back here. The corner is access to the water lines and back your shower. Come back down the hallway now. We're going to cross your no cold fridge. Turn that to the left. Auto. Auto means when you're running off electricity. When you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're running off gas. Switch it over to gas. If that light's on, which your gas is off right now, means check your gas. 1 through 5 being the coldest. A self-explanatory microwave with a light and fan. Cooktop here. Turn that to light. Hit your spark. I think you have to push it at the same time. But again, gas is off. Do have a pilot light for the oven. Sink. Strainer. This will jackknife down into a bed. Simply lift up the front and lay that down. Lift up the front, pull the back towards you at the same time. Get that back down. There's a little hidden 110 back here. More individual lighting. Smoke alarm up here in the ceiling. These chairs, they do tuck back far enough from your slide, and you do have tie downs if you ever want to tie them down for travel. There's the straps. And that about covers everything on the inside. I'm going to let your digital channel scans finish here, and we're going to close the unit up. What I like to do is start by shutting off my lights. Now I can walk through the unit and see all the individual lights I need to shut off. Let me do that real quick. So I went through the unit, shut off all the lights except for what can be controlled from this one button here at the control panel. Awnings in. We're going to put in on the slide room. Before I do that, doors and drawers. Go through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Chairs are out of the way over here. And your slide's in. Hit our light, exit the unit. These steps will fold in with 2 folds. One, and then you just set it up inside. Before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door and lift and turn this handle. Alright, if we are out boondocking, we're going to come over here to our off camp side where it says low point drain. Get up underneath there and dump that fresh water drain. Everywhere else, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jack, unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be in front of your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. There, hook that up, and we're going to pull the first handle on your right, your black holding tank. And that black tank sounds like it's no longer dumping. Go on the inside, look at your panel, make sure it is empty. Once it is, close that black handle and pull this gray handle. Now that's going to be cleaner water. It's your sinks, your showers, and that'll clean your sewage hose out for you. And you grab that sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Next, we're going to come around to our campsite, and you can do this while the gray tank is dumping. Actually, get up underneath here and open up those low point drains. When those low point drains are done draining, done camping for the season, you want to dump the hot water out of your hot water heater. We're going to come around here. We're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump hot water out of here, so be careful. Then press this back down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull your drain plug. On that drain plug, I do recommend putting some plumber's tape around there before you put it in there. Not putty, but some tape. Putty will gum up on you. Got everything drained, hook up and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayfeather for many years to come. Happy camping.